Hello my friends, this is Wake Angel 2001, and just the other day I went on a day trip to New Jersey with a friend and actually got to visit a Walmart. The first time I've done so in years. So that means I got a chance to check out the Jakks Pacific Sega figures, the ones that aren't Sonic. There was the one guy from Streets of Rage that had one of those figures left, and they had two of the Altered Beast Werewolves, which, getting a chance to see it in person, it's just so impressive I had to get it. They also had Ai, the other character from this wave, and they kind of had like a dozen of it left, like completely filling up two entire pegs, so it's kind of unfortunate that Ai is the peg warmer of the wave. I hope that doesn't put them off of making cute mascot characters in the future. But still, like, the Altered Beast Werewolf is just such a cool looking thing. I love how they use the actual card art from the game up there in the background. And when we look at the back, we see the quick preview boasting 24 points of articulation and indicating that the accessory he comes with is the Spirit Ball. That's the transformative item that you get in the game. Like the Zeus would say, "Rise from your grave," and then you come out as this shirtless barbarian-looking dude who would start running through the graveyard punching zombies until you grab one of these balls and it would power you up into a bigger muscle man, and then you grab another one and you power up even bigger, and when you got the third one, you turn into the monster. Yeah, so this is the monster from the first stage, Werewolf. Alright, let's get him out of the packaging and, see if this 24 points of articulation is as impressive as it sounds. Well, getting him out of the package, color me impressed. There is an awful lot of figure packed into this relatively small package. The Spirit Ball is a silver ball with a thingy going around it. I remember in the game this will just kind of like float around like this. It has a peg hole in the bottom, so it would have been nice if there was like a transparent stand you could stick it in, but I guess that wasn't budgeted in. But that little hole, I guess, does give it something to stand on. Although, like, the fact that in principle it would stand on that little divot, except that this is throwing it off balance. It needs something to peg into. Oh well. But let's take a look at Werewolf, huh? So let's get a close-up of that handsome face. Look at that. He has teeth painted in. He has his little wolf lips. The moisturinarium of his nose. The inside of his mouth is nice and pink. He has his muscles. Oh dear. Actually, now that I look at it, I don't know if there's a joint down there, if it's paint stuck or if this is just one solid sculpt. But he is wearing trunks because he is not. He is a sophisticated wolf man who does not go running around naked. Weird that he doesn't have a tail. It's also funny that like the mane of fur, which I guess would be his human hair, like it's the same color as the fur loincloth that he's wearing. And then he has some very muscular legs, individually painted toenails. Oh, by the way, I should point out the price point of this figure is $10. This figure cost the same as the Jakks Pacific Sonic figures. Yeah, all this detail and this, frankly, massive parts count cost $10. I mean, it's a relatively small figure. It's a 4-incher, but still, that is a massive value for the price. So let's look at his articulation. He has a head. It can jostle around, look left, look right, spin, spin, twist, up, down. He has butterfly joints in his shoulders, so he can do this. Swivels here, goes outwards, so he can T-pose. Bicep swivel, double jointed elbow with a fantastic range. Wrist is on a universal joint, so it can rotate and it can curl. He has this waist His chest has like the ball joint in there, so that it has like a bit of crunch, a bit of arch. It can rotate. I feel like there should be a waist down here, but I'm actually kind of happy it's not there because I always hate when the torso just kind of spins around. Hips, they have a wide range. They can go all the way outwards. They can go forward a decent amount. They can't go backwards too far because of the sculpting of the butt. That's a common problem that a lot of action figures have. Not a big deal. Thighs swivel. Double jointed knees. Although the shape of the leg means that even though this is double jointed, it feels like it's only going 90. Maybe this little floof here is preventing his leg from bending any further. And the feet can go around. They have ankle rockers. Basically, this figure is hugely articulated. Like, the level of posability here would put any Marvel Legends figure to the test. Like, it is a very posable, very impressive figure. I mean, just look at this guy. And, like, because of those ankle rockers, you can get a nice rock-solid stance. And, oh, man, if you ever wanted a muscular Wolfman action figure, this is the thing for you. Yeah, I mean, like, I can't imagine how a figure of this amazing quality only costs $10. The only thing I can think of is that the Altered Beast license is just so cheap that they can afford to sell it for such a low price. And from what I've seen on the store shelves, the werewolf figure is at least selling good because there were so few of them left on the shelves. Hopefully, the poor sales for II don't convince Jakks Pacific to just stop doing this line, because I really want to see some other classic Sega characters. I mean, Altered Beast may be a relatively obscure pick, because as far as I'm aware, there was never an Altered Beast 2 or anything like that. Like, I don't remember there being an Altered Beast animated series or an Altered Beast comic. Like, it just kind of remained as that arcade game, which was one of the first pack-in games that came with the Genesis system before Sonic came out. Yeah, I mean, my system came with Sonic the Hedgehog's not for resale cartridge, but I do remember seeing Altered Beast as another pack-in. So it does have a little bit of Sega history to it, but let's face it, this is a very obscure line. Hopefully that this will continue, and we'll get some more famous Sega characters in the next wave. I'm still holding out for characters like Ristar and Knights and other cool stuff like that. But yeah, absolutely, if you want to support this particular toy line from Jakks Pacific, then I would absolutely recommend it. The figure is absolutely fantastic, and the Streets of Rage character, I didn't buy it, but from what I saw, he seemed to have a level of articulation pretty much identical to this. So the build quality of the figures is absolutely top notch. The only problem is that the licensing is a little bit obscure. Alright, so I'm just getting to repeating myself now. Thank you all for watching this video. This is Wake Angel 2001 signing off.